In this video, we are going to take numbers written in standard form and convert them into scientific notation. So let's start with this first example. We have 384,000. And the way I'm going to do this is as you may recall from our last video, need to write this number as a number that is between, that is greater than or equal to 1 and less than 10. So what I'm going to do is this, I'm going to move this decimal point 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 places. And now I'm going to write this number in scientific notation. I move the decimal point 5 places, and I move that to the left. And in scientific notation, this would now be 3.84 multiplied by, my second factor is always going to be a power of 10. Well, what's my exponent going to be? I move the decimal point 5 places. So this would be 10 to the 5th power. All right, let's try it again with this number. This number is 7,320,000. So I'm going to move my decimal point until I have a number that is greater than or equal to 1 and less than 10. Here I go. Moving it once, twice, 3, 4, 5, 6 places to there. And now I'm going to write this in scientific notation. This would equal, 7.32 multiplied by 10 to the 6th power. And that's how I go from standard form into scientific notation. And if I'm going in the opposite direction, for instance, if I had this, 9.3 multiplied by 10 to the 7th power, I would be going from standard form into scientific notation. So I'm going to need to move this decimal point 7 places. What's that going to equal? Well, let's see. That's going to become 93, and if I do this correctly, I believe millions. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And as you can see, my decimal point was here, and I moved it to 7 places. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, and I'll do one more example. And let's say I have a number 1.37 multiplied by, 10 to the 10th power. All right, this is obviously going to be a very large number. And once again, my first factor is greater than or equal to 1 and less than 10. And I'm using the x to indicate multiplication. And this would be a power of 10 for my second factor. And this is going to equal, what do we got here? 13 and 700. I believe this is, 13,700,000,000. I said the number correctly. And you can see I move the decimal point 10 places from here, or here, all the way to the end.